Hey folks, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is a paid request for Movie Guide 2005. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, movie reviews, re-reviews, random thoughts, streams, commentaries, tier lists, whatever the case may be, movie review, re-review, what have you, feel free to send it. PayPal is the best way to do it. Do have a CashApp as well. Links are down below in the info box, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. And for those who sent them, thank you. I do appreciate it. Now this is for Frankenstein Island from 1981, which I have heard of this movie. I think most consider it the worst movie involving Frankenstein in any way, shape, or form. And they got a point, because it's hard to think of a movie that's worse that involves Frankenstein in any amount of matter or fucks given. It's directed by a guy named Jerry Warren, which I know one of his movies, something of Batwoman, was on Mystery Science Theater 3000. I think this is the last film he directed. Now, this came out in 1981. Apparently, he had not made a film in 15 years, and supposedly, he had not even seen a film in 15 years. I mean, I don't know how that's possible if you were once a director and never bothered to see one goddamn film in 15 years, but that supposedly was the case. Although, when you see how he makes the film, that case is actually stronger than you would think. Because this may say it came out in 1981, but it looks like it was made in 1961, or maybe in 1971. Because the music and even the look of the film, it seems like something from the 60s. Or early 70s at most, not 1981. Because even you think of slasher films like Friday the 13th and my 81, My Bloody Valentine and stuff, and they look just world of difference compared to this. So the plot of the film, I guess the director found some hot air balloon race thing and he filmed some shit. And cut to these guys going on shore. And they're 4 friends and a dog. Does that mean they put the dog in the hot air balloon? Why the fuck would you have a dog in a hot air balloon? Were you thinking of dropping him from it? I don't know, people do a lot of dumb... Hell, nowadays, they do a lot of dumb shit because they want to film it on their phone. Oh my god, this is so horrible and terrible, but I got my phone out, so I'm going to film all the shit when I could be dropping it and helping. Yeah, my animal is stuck in this fucking thing and is hurting and screaming, and I know it's horrible, but let me film it with my fucking phone. You must not be that goddamn serious if you gotta make sure you have your fucking phone filming and in frame. Yeah, that's a whole other rant, a whole nother fucking day. So they get to this island, the 4 friends and their dog. And honestly, a whole lot doesn't happen. It's a fucking boring as shit movie. Just like I'm sure this review will be boring as shit, which will fit, because it'll fit like too legit to quit. Fit like a good puzzle piece. Boring review for a boring fucking movie. They meet some Amazon chicks. Which again, it is funny a lot of times in these movies where the Amazon chicks, they're like hot to trot. And apparently they also have, I guess they have beauty salons and these fucking islands for these Amazon chicks because they always look so prim and proper. They always got a leopard skin, although you see no leopards on the I guess it was a leopard and I don't mean that kind of leopard colony. I mean like a leopard colony, and they killed all the leopards because it took all their skins. Is all the shit they wear. There's all this leopard clothing, but no leopards, so they made them extinct on this island, I guess. So anyway, and they do this stupid, goofy fucking dancing. And just a lot of choices that you go, why? When they first get on the island, the four guys, why is the one guy going, sinner, you are a sinner? I don't know if he's doing it as a joke or as just to fuck with people, and then they trip him, as he deserves. And then that never really comes up again, him being like religious and stuff. So I guess he was fucking around, but it was really stupid, out of the blue way to mess with people. They go through this cave where you quickly see a person's, like a projector of a person's face, then disappear. Because you come to find out later, let me jump ahead, because before then you got Amazon women dancing, and then there's these zombies, but they're people dressed up like they're ready to burglarize someone. Like they're the butt burglars, ready to get their asses kicked by Kevin McAllister. And they wear sunglasses, and not at night, because their eyes are fucked up, and they're kind of like zombies, but not really. And like the guy carries the woman, but he can't move quick because he's out of shape. And so he eventually falls and he crawls away. What are those? They're people that were changed by the experiments, and they were sailors. And there are some sailors that are not turned, and they talked with our lead characters as well. You have one guy with an eye patch that always laughs and won't shut the fuck up on laughing. And then Cameron Mitchell, for some reason, Cameron Mitchell, he's been in a lot of stuff. He was in the original The Toolbox Murders, tons of stuff. He's in jail. I don't even remember why they put him in jail. Apparently he's been there for 17 years. And like, you have random shit that the lead characters aren't really freaked out about. Okay, I know these women look hot, but they take a fucking skull and they smoke crack, meth, whatever they smoke out of a human skull. I don't care what the fuck it is. I don't care if it's just weed. I don't care if it's vaping. If it's out of a human skull, I'm getting the fuck out. I'm not touching the bitch with someone else's dick, condom or not. I'm not touching them. I'm not getting near them. Because they're smoking crap, meth, whatever, from a fucking human skull. Okay? The only boner I want near them is my boner and my pants. That kind of bone, no good. Okay? I know a woman wants head or gets head, but smoking a head is not my idea of head. Just saying. Or like this one girl's tied up with her arms over here, her legs are back there, tied up like someone's going to lie on top of her and sleep on her, rock back and forth. They don't explain why she's that way. And the guy's like, okay, I guess that's what they do here. They just tie you up like you're a fucking... like someone's going to sleep on you while rocking back to sleep. But okay. I don't fucking get it. So then what happens is, eventually they meet Sheila Frankenstein, who maybe is this bug, this little moth bug, which I don't know. Honestly, so far that's the most interesting part of this review and this movie, is that little inoffensive bug. Like, those are fine. Like little ones that look like moths, those are fine. You know, they just want to relax and be left alone. Anyway, Sheila Frankenstein. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Von Helsing. I don't prefer my married name. I don't prefer my married name. So married to a Van Helsing, which her husband is Dr. Van Helsing, the assistant to the real Frankenstein doctor, and the guy's like 200 years old. And she's trying to find a way to extend his life, cure him, whatever. I'm sitting there going, he's 200 years old. I think he's doing pretty fucking good. If he's 200 years old and still breathing, I think he's doing pretty fucking good. But she's trying to find something, and something with blood and stuff. And so that's why some of the women get taken. And one of the four guys, they stay around and get consumed and trying to help solve this problem. And then this random shit just pops up of information. I mean, already, okay, so we're talking about Frankenstein, but now we have Van Helsing, who is an assistant to Dr. Frankenstein, and here he's 200 years old, and now they need blood, but then they need the right blood. Oh, and here's his brain in a jar, which is the actual Frankenstein, and that's why sometimes in a cave you will see superimposed, projector style, John Carradine. Which, if you don't know John Carradine, the guy was in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of movies. He would never say no to a movie. He would just pop up, maybe for 5 minutes, maybe this, that. He was everywhere back in the day. Everywhere. You look up John Carradine's credits, there's a shit load. Shitload. And when they show his superimposed projector, he just goes, the power. The power. The power. All disciples. The power awaits you. But the way he talks, nothing what he says means anything to the plot. So I don't know if that's footage that was taken years ago and just put into this, or if it was like what Ed Wood did for Bela Lugosi. Just come out here and pick out a flower so he could just use that and put in some fucking movie however the hell he wants to. Maybe that was the case here. John Carradine just yell about the power and the apostles, the disciples, the waits you, the power, and the power of this. Power of love? No, not power of love, but just power of this. And I'll use it somewhere. And this is where he used it. And when I say random shit, like there's some power, speaking of which, that if you try to say a name of a city or a location, your arm starts hurting. Oh, I threw football in Miami. Oh, I came from Kansas City. And their arm starts hurting. Why? I don't know. What the fuck would it matter if you say what place you were from? You say I'm from a place far, far away. Okay, well, what difference does it make? Do you think they don't know what the fuck Miami is? These Amazon chicks? Oh, by the way, the Amazon chicks apparently are descendants from aliens. Does that fit anywhere else to the story than the fact that these are descendants of aliens? No. That never comes into play. Oh, maybe they have some secret power, secret thing that they have, telepathy, telekinetic. No. Or maybe if they reach a certain age, they become some deformed or monster. No. They just look like me and you, and they're Amazon chicks, and they don't know how to fight, and that's it. Them being descendants of aliens have nothing to do with shit. Nothing. And these characters, like, some of them are so fucking ambivalent. Like, they're oblivious. They see a guy in a tub that has been embalmed, and one of the main characters looks at this sailor with an eye patch. They're looking at a guy who's embalmed, in a tub. So the guy looks up and goes, how you lose your eye? How about the fucking guy, and why is he being embalmed, and why is he in the tub, and what the fuck, is that a dead body or not, and he's embalmed, and what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck? I'm not going to ask about that. I'm going to ask, hey, how'd you lose your eye? Who gives a shit? Or there's another fucking thing where some of the bad guys have this toy trident. It's like, just imagine a toy this big with a little 3-pronged red trident, literally as big as these fingers, at the end of this trident. Like this thing, it's a trident, 3 fingers, red. Like about this tall. And boop, and it'll make someone have fangs. I don't know why. I don't know why. There's a lot of lolly-dadding around, the men hanging with the women, talking with the... They go back and talk to Tamara Mitchell like 4 or so times. The one guy trying to work with Susan and the Von Helsing. Once in a while, John Carradine, the power, superimposed, floating in the sky, floating in the air, and then disappears. Then all of a sudden, it's like, you know what? Enough of this shit. You know where you guys got a machine gun? I don't know where the fuck they found this, but the machine gun they find is kind of like the one Paul Kersey had in Death Wish 3, but more stupid and dumb. Because at least Charles Bronson knew how to hold the shit. This guy, like, he's like one leg in it. And you hear a little bit of machine gun fire, but then he brings it in, and then they never use it because it gets jammed. So it was fucking pointless to bring this big fucking machine gun. It was fucking pointless because they couldn't afford it. Like, that was the one machine gun they could find. And they're so cheap, they couldn't afford to shoot the shit because you'd actually have, I don't know, squibs or something. They're like, we can't afford that shit. So pretty much the zombies who look like burglars, the Amazon women, the guys, they're all fighting each other. And the power of John Carradine, I guess, summons the Frankenstein monster who pops up the last 15 minutes of the movie, which the way it's designed looks a bit like Herman Munster from the Munsters, kind of that thing. And he strangles like the sailor with the eye patch, and then he goes in, and pretty much the way he's playing it, for those who don't know, and actually I want to double check to make sure. Okay, I want to make sure I got the movie right. And I want to make sure also... Yes. Okay. And sorry, I want to make sure... You know how, with the Frankenstein monster, a lot of times people think of the, doing this as if he's blind and he's doing like this. Boris Karloff never did that. If you watch those Frankenstein films, he never, did that, doing like that. Never. Years and years, people associate that with Boris Karloff, and that was never the case. how they fuck up and get it misconstrued is there was a film called The Ghost of Frankenstein. Okay. The Ghost of Frankenstein had Bela Lugosi as Igor, and you had Lon Chaney Jr., who was the Wolfman. In the Wolfman, he played the Frankenstein monster. The Igor character is blind, so there's a part of the film, from what I vaguely remember, his brain gets put into the monster, but granted, I mean, it's his brain, so he has the different eyes, so it shouldn't be the case, but and that's how films were. The idea of, well, Igor was blind, so when the brain's put in there, now the monster is blind. Again, I don't know how that'd be the case, because it'd be completely different eyes, so he'd be able to see, but whatever. He's blind. So the way Lon Chaney Jr. played it is he's supposed to be acting blind, and that's why he's doing it that way. And to be fair, I only saw bits and pieces of the film. I never saw the whole movie through. So there could be some other reason as to why that was the case that I didn't see. Again, I only saw clips from it, because that's when I was like trying to delve into the Universal monster films, as in trying to learn a little bit more about like how many Frankenstein films there were, how many Wolfman films there were, Dracula films, etc. I'm like, Ghost of Frankenstein, wait, Bela Lugosi, Lon Chaney Jr.'s in this? So didn't see the movie all the way through, to be fair. But that's why, is that Ghost of Frankenstein, he's supposed to be blind, that's why he's walking that way. But then so many people afterward, when they think of Frankenstein monster, they think of that. Abbott Costello meet Frankenstein in particular. And this is the same case here, because the monster's acting like he's blind and he's doing all this stuff here. And I'm like, oh, just another take on the Ghost of Frankenstein. I just think it's funny. Who would have thought that that film, which I'm sure most people don't even know what the fuck Ghost of Frankenstein is, just how weirdly influential that film was, and people don't know it and don't realize it. But it's just one of those funny things. But you know, the monster, and I mean, this all looks so fucking pathetic. Like the one guy's trying to do kung fu fighting, he can't fucking do it. One of the four leads. Some of them are just kind of. There's like the one Amazon woman seeing the guy try to kick, which he's not doing a good job, so she tries to do a kick too. She's watching how he's doing it, then she does it to a guy. And Frankenstein monster just kind of going over here, and you know that, and like shoos away a dog. Thankfully, doesn't hit the dog. He's not, you know, he's not Hassan Piker. Doesn't hit the dog or shock it or anything, I should say. But it's one of those things where it just looks pathetic and silly and stupid and goofball. And then this one burglar has like a gun that could turn people, like shoot a death ray and incinerate them. But no one ever thinks of stealing the gun away from the guy. He only kills 2 people. He doesn't kill anybody else. I don't think he gets killed. No one steals his gun. The gun just disappears. And then it's just this pathetic shitfest fuckery. No one knows how to fight. No one knows how to stage a fight, a battle. Just everyone doing ape shit, but doing it as poorly as possible. So then what happens is, I'll be honest, I don't even know what happened to the Frankenstein monster. I really don't. Oh yeah, Robert Carradine, the one brain gets fucked up. But then they go, Sheila's, oh well, or Von Helsing, don't worry. He has a spare brain, and then when that shuts down, the other one will pop back up. I'm like, well, that's kind of fucking convenient that he has 2 brains? Or does he have 4, 7, 11? How many brains does he have? How many brains get to the middle of the Tootsie Pop? So then the 4 guys are like, come on, and they don't want to leave. The one girl doesn't want to leave because Cameron Mitchell's her father, and he's not in the best fit. I might carry the motherfucker then. Carry the guy. But whatever. Get a stretcher. And then they leave. And then I don't even know how they get back to the mainland. It's funny though too. Like at the beginning of the film, I swear they go, "We could build a raft." But I swear he's holding a raft. Or a dinghy. What he's holding looks like an inflatable raft in his arm. And he's going, "We could build a raft." I mean, don't you have one in your fucking arm that you came here on? Like you were on the thing when you went to the ocean. Isn't that one you're holding under your arm? Is it ripped and I didn't realize it? Anyway. Somehow they get back. They talk to the military. They come back. And then nothing is there. No buildings. No Amazon women. No Sheila. No Frankenstein monster. Nobody's there. And the military's like, "You must have hallucinated it." And then out comes their dog. And there's this pendant that one of the guys talked with one of the girls, took one of her pendants and put it on the dog and goes, "No, you're part of our tribe." So I guess that pendant's supposed to showcase, no, it wasn't a hallucination. No, they didn't imagine it. It was real. But they act happy. And I'm sitting there going, you four are on this island. I'm assuming you don't go back with the military. There's nothing around. Why are you guys happy? That means that those girls and Cameron Mitchell are still back there, wherever the fuck they went. Did they go into the black hole? Did they go through the Twilight Zone? Where did everybody go? How come nothing is around? No buildings, nothing. Where's the Frankenstein? Where is anything? What happened? And it's never explained. What the fuck happened? I don't care because it's a shitty movie. But, like, what happened? What happened to everybody? Where they go to? Bingo? Where the fuck is anybody at? But they're happy. Yeah, the girls we loved are gone. In a fucking Twilight Zone. Maybe dead at this point anyway. Because if the other brain started, that means the burglars, the zombies, and Sheila Frankenstein, they probably took all the women, took all their blood, killed Cameron Mitchell, and they're all dead anyway. So, what are you happy about at the end? Oh, we did hallucinate it. Oh, yeah, that means all the people you liked, they're stuck somewhere and dying or dead. Yay! And I'm like, is this really the ending? And it is the ending. I'm like, so I guess it's a downer ending? But they don't act like it. And it's not like they say, it's up to us to stop Umbrella. No, it's up to us to find them. We're going to come back with more people, more guns. We're going to find them, save them, and kick some ass. No, they don't say any of that. So I don't know. They take the dog and maybe they go home. Maybe they go, I don't know. I don't know. And how did everyone disappear and how? What the fuck happened? Were they all ghosts? I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't think Jerry Warren could have told you too. I think he's passed away, but I don't think he could have told you either. But this is god-awful. It is probably the worst film involving Frankenstein of any sort. Like I said, I can't think of... It's hard to think of a movie worse than this. That involves Frankenstein. I'll say that. I mean, the thing is with Frankenstein, I mean, I like Frankenstein. Bride of Frankenstein. Son of Frankenstein is there. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein with Kenneth Branagh and Robert De Niro as the monster, I never cared for. I like the monster in the Monster Squad, the Frankenstein monster. Sometimes fun to see him in cartoons like Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf. I think Guillermo del Toro is doing Frankenstein. I think. Or was it the Bride? I don't know. No, there's another one. Isn't there another one called The Bride? And like Christian Bale's the monster. Anyway. Do I really need to see any more movies involving Frankenstein? No. Not really. But they'll keep making them. Frankenstein. There was that with Aaron Eckhart. That tried to be Underworld and all those movies. There's the Frankenstein monster in Van Helsing. He was annoying. His voice, because like he was trying to sound. It's like he was sounding like Peter Boyle, but this was meant to be serious, or seriouser. Peter Boyle and Young Frankenstein was good. I like Young Frankenstein. That was fun. Van Helsing. It's a masterpiece. Okay, I'll watch Van Helsing over this. I would. I don't like that Dracula. Way too much CGI. But at least it's Hugh Jackman. Ted Beckinsale's kind of hot in it. There's action. Yeah, action to CGI, but there's action. There's spectacle. Van Helsing is way better than this. And I don't think Van Helsing's fantastic, but... See, this is why I could watch a film like Van Helsing, because I see shit like this. How did you watch Van Helsing? Because I see Frankenstein Island. That's how. That's why. So, with that said, fuck this movie. We'll see you guys later. This movie's a piece of shit. Later.